The Chengdu J-10, NATO reporting name Firebird, export designation F-10 Vanguard, is a multirole fighter aircraft designed and produced by the People's Republic of China's Chengdu Aircraft Corporation for the People's Liberation Army Air Force. Known in the West as the Vigorous Dragon, the J-10 is a multirole combat aircraft capable of all-weather operation. Currently, the Pakistan Air Force is the only export contractor for the J-10. Development. The program was authorized by Deng Xiaoping, who allocated a 0.5 billion yen to develop an indigenous aircraft. Work on Project No. 10 started several years later in January 1988, as a response to the Mikoyan MiG-29 and Sukhoi Su-27 then being introduced by the USSR. Development was delegated to the 611 Institute, also known as the Chengdu Aircraft Design Institute, and Song Wen-kong was nominated as the chief designer, as he had previously been the chief designer of the J-7 III. The aircraft was initially designed as a specialized fighter, but later became a multi-role aircraft capable of both air-to-air combat and ground attack missions. The J-10 bears some resemblance to the IAI Levi, and some news and technical articles have claimed that some of the Levi's technology had been sold to China by the Israelis. These claims have been denied by both China and Israel. The general designer Song Wen-kong said that J-10 was a development of the indigenous J-9 which preceded the Levi. This was echoed by a PLAAF's Major Zhang Weigang in a 2012 interview. In 2006, the Russian Siberian Aeronautical Research Institute confirmed its participation in the J-10 program. SIBNIA claimed to have only observed and instructed as scientific guides, while its engineers also believed the J-10 was more or less a version of the Levi design, incorporating a melting pot of foreign technology and acquired design methods. The J-10 was officially unveiled by the Chinese government in January 2007, when photographs were published by Xinhua news agency. The aircraft's existence was known long before the announcement, although concrete details remained scarce due to secrecy. A J-10 prototype was speculated to have crashed during flight testing. Xinhua news agency and the PLA Daily denied such rumors, and listed this as one of the test pilot's accomplishments. The prototype J-10-01 was rolled out in November 1997 and first flown on March 23, 1998 in a 20-minute flight. AVIC plans to market an upgraded J-10 for export, most likely the J-10B, once development is complete. Several countries have shown interest. Operational history: China. The first aircraft were delivered to the 13th Test Regiment on February 23, 2003. The aircraft was declared operational in December of the same year, after 18 years in development. The first operational regiment was the 131st Regiment of the 44th Division. Pakistan. In February 2006, the then President of Pakistan, Pervez Musharraf, toured the J-10 and JF-17 production facilities on a trip to China, during which the Pakistan Air Force was offered the J-10, and the purchase of 36 FC-20s, a Pakistan-specific J-10B variant, was approved in April 2006. In November 2009, Pakistan signed a deal with China to buy 36 J-10B fighters in a deal worth around $1.4 billion. Deliveries to Pakistan were expected to begin from 2014 a Euro 15, and the aircraft was to be designated as FC-20 in Pakistan. In July 2011, Daily Zhang reported that China will give a squadron of the advanced J-10B fighter aircraft to Pakistan. According to the report, the offer was made by senior Chinese military leaders to visiting Pakistan Army's Chief of General Staff, Lieutenant General Ahid Arshad. In March 2012, talks were held between the two countries to discuss the delivery of latest J-10B fighter jets to Pakistan. Design: J-10 was designed by the Chengdu Aircraft Design Institute, a subsidiary of Chengdu Aircraft Corporation. Airframe: the airframe is constructed from metal alloys and composite materials for high strength and low weight. The airframe's aerodynamic layout adopts a tailless canard delta wing configuration. A large delta wing is mid-mounted towards the rear of the fuselage, while a pair of canards are mounted higher up and towards the front of the fuselage, behind and below the cockpit. This configuration provides very high agility, especially at low speeds, and also reduces stall speed, allowing for a lower airspeed during instrument approaches. A large vertical tail is present on top of the fuselage and small ventral fins underneath the fuselage provide further stability. A rectangular air intake is located underneath the fuselage, providing the air supply to the engine. Also under the fuselage and wings are 11 hardpoints, used for carrying various types of weaponry and drop tanks containing extra fuel. The retractable undercarriage comprises a steerable pair of nose wheels underneath the air intake and two main gear wheels towards the rear of the fuselage. The cockpit is covered by a two-piece bubble canopy providing 360 degrees of visual coverage for the pilot. The canopy lifts upwards to permit cockpit entry and exit. The controls take the form of a conventional center stick and a throttle stick located to the left of the pilot. These also incorporate hands-on throttle and stick controls. A 0-0 ejection seat is provided for the pilot, permitting safe ejection in an emergency even at 0 altitude and 0 speed. Due to the J-10's aerodynamically unstable design, a digital quadruplex redundant fly-by-wire flight control system aids the pilot in flying the aircraft. The FCS typically monitors pilot control inputs, preventing the pilot from accidentally exiting the flight envelope from applying too much control input during high-performance flight situations. This is critical in canard-wing aircraft, as they are capable of turning in a much tighter radius than conventional aircraft. The massive control surfaces are capable of moving so far that they can completely destroy the aircraft in flight at high air speeds if not kept in check by the FCS. Avionics. The cockpit had 3 liquid crystal multifunction displays along with a Chinese-developed holographic head-up display, all of which are fully compatible with a domestic Chinese advanced helmet-mounted sight, claimed by Chinese to be superior than the HMS on Sukhoi Su-27 sold to China. Radar. According to Chengdu Aircraft Industry Corporation officials, the J-10 uses a multi-mode fire control radar designed in China. The radar has a mechanically scanned planar array antenna and is capable of tracking 10 targets. Of the 10 targets tracked, 2 can be engaged simultaneously with semi-active radar homing missiles or 4 can be engaged with active radar homing missiles. The radar is believed to be designed by the Nanjing Research Institute of Electronic Technology, designated KL-J-10, and a smaller variant is claimed to be installed on the JF-17 lightweight fighter. Believed to be based on technologies from Russia, Israel or a combination of both, the radar should be comparable to Western fighter radar designs of the 1990s. It may also be replaced by more advanced radars of other origin on export versions of the J-10. The Italian FIAR Griffo 2000/16 has been offered to the Pakistan Air Force for installation on the J-10, should the PLAAF induct the aircraft. For J-10B, the nose cone is modified to accommodate an active phased array airborne radar. The general designer of AESA for J-10B is Mr. Zhang Kunhui, the head of 607 Research Institute in Lijiang, Sichuan. Mr. Zhang Kunhui became the deputy head of 607th Research Institute in 1997, and 4 years later in 2001, he became the head of the institute, when the AESA program for J-10B started. The primary contractor of this AESA is the Radar and Electronic Equipment Research Academy of Aviation Industry Corporation of China located in Sichuan, formed in March 2004 by combining the 607th Research Institute and 171st Factory together with Mr. Zhang Kunhui was named as the head of the Research Academy. According to Chinese governmental media, the AESA for J-10B took 8 years to develop, finally completed in 2008, and Chinese fighter radars hence achieved a quantum leap in that it went from mechanically scanned planar slotted array directly into AESA, skipping the passive phased array PESA radar. Many suspected the radar is a PESA, but during its brief debuts in the 7th China International Defense Electronics Exhibition in May 2010 and the 6th International Conference on Radar held in Beijing in September 2011, Chinese official sources have claimed it is an AESA. Propulsion. The J-10A is powered by a single Russian Lyulka Saturn AL-31FN turbofan engine giving a maximum static power output of 12,500 kg forces. The AL-31FN is based on the AL-31F, which was designed for a twin-engine aircraft such as the Su-27. To fit the smaller J-10, the engine parts have been moved and redesigned to fit the smaller engine bay in the J-10. The J-10 was intended to be powered by the Chinese WS-10 Taihang turbofan, but development difficulties forced the J-10A to use a Russian engine instead. The J-10B is likely equipped with the improved WS-10A. China have entered into contract to purchase the upgraded AL-31FN Series 3 that provides 13,700 kg forces thrust and a 2,250-hour service life for future deliveries. Weaponry and external loads. The aircraft's internal armament consists of a 23 twin-barrel cannon, located underneath the port side of the intake. Other weaponry and equipment is mounted externally on 11 hardpoints, to which 6,000 kg of either missiles and bombs, drop tanks containing fuel, or other equipment such as avionics pods can be attached. Air-to-air missiles deployed may include short-range air-to-air missiles such as the PL-8 and PL-9, medium-range radar-guided air-to-air missiles such as the PL-11 and PL-12, unguided and precision-guided munitions such as laser-guided bombs, anti-ship missiles such as the YJ-9K and anti-radiation missiles such as the PJ-9. Variants: J-10A, single-seat multi-role variant. The export designation is F-10A, J-10I, unmanned single-seater for the August 1st Aerobatic Team, J-10SY, unmanned twin-seater for the August 1st Aerobatic Team, J-10SH, twin-seater for the Navy, J-10S, twin-seat fighter trainer variant of the J-10A. The forward fuselage of the aircraft is stretched to accommodate an additional pilot seat. Two pilots sit in tandem with a single large bubble canopy. Also incorporates an enlarged dorsal spine which may accommodate additional avionics equipment or fuel. As well as serving as training aircraft, the J-10S may also be used for the ground attack role where the rear seat pilot would act as the weapon systems operator. J-10AH, naval version of the J-10A, J-10B, an upgraded variant of the J-10 with new technologies. Numerous images of a new J-10 variant have surfaced, showing a prototype J-10 modified with increased radar-absorbent material, next generation of integrated EW suite, increased composites which reduces the weight by 1 ton, new generation avionics, MAW, a diverterless supersonic inlet, an infrared search and track sensor, modified vertical stabilizer and wings, ventral fins, housings fitted under the wings, upgraded WS-10B engine, next generation of solid-state integrated electronics, and a modified nose with an AESA radar. It had its first flight in December 2008. Full production of J-10B had started with first J-10B appearing on production line on July 2013, FC-20, an export variant of the J-10B designed for the Pakistan Air Force. First flight stated to take place in 2009. Operators, a People's Republic of China, People's Liberation Army Air Force, 256 as of August 2012. People's Liberation Army Naval Air Force, 20 as of August 2012. Accidents and incidents. The first crash is speculated to have been a prototype during testing in 1998 with the most likely cause cited as failure of the fly-by-wire flight control system. However, China has officially denied such an occurrence. Specifications. General characteristics: crew, 1, length, 15.49 meters, wingspan, 9.75 m, height, 5.43 m, wing area, 33.1 mass squared, empty weight, 9,750 kilograms, loaded weight, 12,400 kilograms, useful load, 6,000 kilograms, max takeoff weight, 19,277 kilograms, power plant, 1 Saturn Lyulka AL-31FN or WS-10A turbofan, drive thrust, 79.43 kN/89.17 kN, thrust with afterburner, 125 kN/130 kN. Performance, maximum speed, Mach 2.2 at altitude, Mach 1.2 at sea level, combat radius, 1,600 km, 550 km, ferry range, 1,850 km, service ceiling, 18,000 m, wing loading, 381 kg mass squared, thrust weight, 1.024. 1.085, maximum G-load, plus 9 over A Euro 3G, armament, guns, 1 23 mm twin-barrel cannon, hardpoints, 11 in total with a capacity of 6,000 kg external fuel and ordnance, rockets, 90 mm unguided rocket pods, missiles, air-to-air missiles, PL-8, PL-9, PL-11, PL-12, air-to-surface missiles, PJ-9, YJ-9K. Bombs, laser-guided bombs, glide bombs and unguided bombs, others, up to 3 external fuel drop tanks for extended range and loitering time. Avionics, Nrietl J-10 multi-mode fire control planar array radar, externally mounted avionics pods, type Honggang infrared search and track pod, BMKG 300G self-protection jamming pod, KZ 900 electronic reconnaissance pod, Blue Sky navigation attack pod, FIALAT pod. See also. Related development, IALUVI, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon, Eurofighter Typhoon, Dassault Rafale, related lists, list of fighter aircraft, list of Chinese aircraft, references. See also International Air Power Review, Volume 22, Focus Aircraft, Chengdu J-10, PA-40-59, ISSN 1473-9917, Airtime Publishing, 2007. External links, airforce-technology.com J-10 factsheet, airforceworld.com J-10 article, J-10B fighter jet article, globalsecurity.org article on the J-10, sinodefense.com J-10 factsheet and pictures, Chinese military aviation at stormpages.com, Milovia.com J-10 article and pictures, sinodefense.com article on J-10B, Jane's Defense article on J-10B.